Let's dive into it, guys. We got a big show. We were supposed to have a Duel of Mason in. He had to cancel because he's flying out to Vegas for a top-ranked meeting, which means he could be in line for another title fight coming up. So we got some other stuff we're going to fill the back of the show with, but we are talking Cavs, Guardians, and lots of Browns today. And let's dive into our first topic. After a quick word from FanDuel, guys, the NBA playoffs technically start tonight. It's the play-in, but it still counts. And FanDuel is giving new customers an incredible way to get in on the action. Right now, when you join FanDuel and place your first $5 bet, you'll get $250 in bonus bets if that first $5 bet wins. From three-pointers to steals to assists, FanDuel has so many ways that you can bet on your favorite player props. Don't miss out. Head to FanDuel.com/UCSS and claim your $250 in bonus bets today. So yesterday, Mel Kiper Jr., one of the OGs in the mock draft, prospect scouting, NFL draft world, was on ESPN radio here in Cleveland. And he was asked about Travis Hunter. And what he said about Travis Hunter caught my eye. This is word for word from Mel Kiper on ESPN Cleveland radio yesterday. Quote, "He's the highest graded player I've had since John Elway," end quote. That's a lot of players.
Peyton Manning was not higher than John Elway.
Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence, some of those generational type
the best quarterback in football, Joe Burrow, not ahead of John Elway.
Saquon Barkley, who Mel Kiper had as his highest graded receiver, not as high as John Elway. What year was John Elway drafted?
84.
So that's 40 years.
Good job remembering the exact year.
40 years.
Trivia team UCSS is on fire.
Nice job.
40 years, the highest graded player Mel Kiper Jr. has had in that time frame. Do you guys buy the hype that Travis Hunter is a generational prospect / talent in the way Mel Kiper is describing?
Go ahead, Travis.
I think generational talent is exactly what he is. I think that just the abilities he has as a football player, like, don't get me wrong, we pointed out all the time. I pointed out the past couple of weeks about some of the things he needs to critique. But talent-wise, it's a no-brainer. I mean, the guy is fast. He can jump. He locates the football. He can tackle. There's nothing really that he can't do as a football player. And I think that, to me, is why, he should be graded that high. Now, it all depends on, like, people. I've been going in this argument. Shout out my boy Domo. Me and my boy Domo been arguing about this because he's big on Abdul Carter, and I'm trying to help him see why they would take Travis Hunter. And I'm pointing out all the things about, obviously I did the clip about what he needs to clean up and all those things. And to me, it's like he's like a can't miss type prospect, Even if the receiver don't work, he'll be a great DB. If the DB don't work, he'll be a good wide receiver. Like, it's so many things that he can do to where he's just a bust. Like, nothing works. Like, that's impossible to me when you look at this guy. So, to me, I feel like he's the safe pick when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, the Abdul Carter has the foot thing and the shoulder thing, and he's undersized to some people. But when you look at this guy, like, he's everything that you would want in a big-time wide receiver or a big-time cornerback. And he has the ability to play both. So, to me, I would grade him that high because of the way if we're talking about just football player, he has all the traits to be a really good football player.
I even got a question with the premise of this. I got a question that anybody would actually even really on the face value of the situation even say, well, is he a generational guy? Of course he's generational. And the thing that always gets me is every time they say this, and people will pick apart his game. But let me just go back and talk about the people that we all thought were generational that weren't.
Ooh.
Andrew Luck was not generational.
Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
He was a good quarterback.
No, he was not. Go back. Go back and look at what they gave up Peyton Manning and then jettisoned him out. Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl in Denver, and they got Andrew Luck. And if you look at his numbers, Andrew Luck, he is not in the Hall of Fame. He's not even close.
Andrew Luck also didn't
I agree with G. I think you're underselling him a little, but he wasn't generational.
He didn't have an offensive line.
He was not generational.
Has Joe Burrow had an offensive line?
No, he doesn't.
It's fair.
And Burrow's been better to start his career.
The Colts didn't make the playoffs?
Hey, listen, he was
what?
Did the Colts make the playoffs?
They did.
Okay.
There was never a time Andrew Luck was seen as the best quarterback in the league. Ever.
Right. Now, he's not Trevor Lawrence. He wasn't Trevor Lawrence.
Hold on. First of all, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, they were still playing.
I don't care.
What do you mean you don't care?
You got to get there.
Has Joe Burrow ever seemed like he was the best quarterback in the league?
John Elway was generational, right? He was the best quarterback in his era for multiple years. Dan Marino, generational. Multiple times every year, I can point him out. Trevor Lawrence is
all of them.
Andrew Luck played 6 years. There's a chance he could have
That's
been.
why
I will
wait a minute.
I will say this.
All of that is fair, but none of them played with Tom Brady.
I will say this. In my opinion,
like the greatest quarterback of all time was playing.
Andrew Luck was an excellent quarterback.
Yes.
He was a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback.
Yes.
I agree he wasn't once in a generation. He was still awesome. It's possible he could have been a Hall of Famer and he played long. It's possible. I will write that out. He certainly was way better than Trevor Lawrence has been so far in his career. Way better.
Now, Trevor Lawrence is the next guy on the list that they told us for God knows how long because he got pretty long hair. He likes Trevor Lawrence. Oh, boy, listen. He might not get to another contract. He playing around.
Well, he's dealing with a lot, though. He's on his third coach. What?
Maybe if he played better, he wouldn't be on the third coach.
When you generational, you get your coach 3 years. He gets 3 contracts because of you.
Yeah,
Andy Reid is
true.
never getting fired. You know why? Because Patrick Mahomes is generational.
Zach Taylor should not get fired.
He's not. That's the reason he's still there.
I would have fired. I would have. Zach Taylor. Let me rephrase. Zach Taylor would have been fired if he had any other quarterback.
Quarterback.
Yeah.
So now we get to the generational part. Now that we've set the groundworks, Travis Hunter, when you look at his stuff and you watch how he said, now you are correct in this. There is no way that he's going to suck at 2 positions. And you can always tell the people that are not watching these games when they say, I heard somebody on the radio say, yeah, he's a receiver and can play a little corner. I can't believe you try to undersell that. But at the same time, you're willing to say you trying to move up Abdul Carter to being generational. I'm like, listen, bro, Abdul Carter, I'm just say this. Abdul Carter will never be better than Myles Garrett.
No.
And if Myles Garrett was not known as generational, then what are we doing here? So here's my thing.
First of all, I wouldn't say never. You never know.
Is he gonna wake up?
See, I think Myles Garrett is a generational.
But they didn't say that coming out though.
You never know.
That's true. They didn't say it coming out.
I mean, what are you gonna wake up and be?
Who is the last edge that they said was a generational talent that was actually good?
Clowney wasn't no
Myles
good.
Garrett. He was the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
he was high.
Yeah.
He was high.
I think Myles Garrett was considered a generational prospect.
Yeah. Now, me, let's just focus on Travis Hunter. Listen, when you watch him, the way he attacks the football, there's a knack that he has. And when I played with Mike Doss, he used to have this same thing. You would watch film and you say, how the hell did he know that? Or why is he around the ball? Or how did he go get that? And the fact that this dude not only is smart, intelligent, he's athletic, and his work ethic, and he's highly, highly competitive. So he's going to bust his tail in order to make sure that he's the best player on the field. And if anybody says that he's not the best prospect in this draft, then I don't know if they've been watching Colorado or NCAA football.
The only way you can say that is because you're nitpicking. You're nitpicking at little things that he has to get better at. And I agree with it. Like when you talk about him as a wide receiver, to creating the separation and getting in and out of his breaks a little bit quicker, yes, you got to work on those things. We did a whole DB breakdown last week about him at corner. I even talked to Sherm about it, and Sherm was like, yeah, you right about what you're saying. He's got to clean up some of the stuff that he's doing as far as trying to bait a little bit too much because you'll get beat. But all of those things are something that will be cleaned up. Like that, to me, like that's why I'm like, you can't pass up on that, because if your coach is worth something, you can get him out of that. You can coach him out of some of those little things to make him a better player. So to me, you can't pass up on this talent because you're afraid of a little couple of things that he needs to be cleaned up.
All right, the idea of drafting Abdul Carter, and this has nothing to do with him, is insane.
It's crazy.
It's literally insane. It's the only way you would pass on Travis Hunter is if you thought Shedeur Sanders or another quarterback was an absolute
the only way
thing.
you passing up on Travis Hunter is if Cam Ward does not go one.
Well, okay, now, yes, because you've analyzed the other quarterback, sure. if you've decided that the rest of the quarterbacks are all about the same and they all have about an equal chance of being good, then it's a no-brainer because forget being big. Like, you never know, right? I mean, it's all a guessing game to some degree.
It's a crapshoot.
But the idea, like, the only reason he has things to clean up is because he's been busy being great at both things.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So he's not. So he's the guy's a 9.5 at both positions.
Yeah.
He's not a 10 at either because he's doing the other. Right? If he had only focused on one or the other in college, he'd be a 10 at that.
I agree.
But instead, he's going to be a 9.3 or a 9.5, whatever the hell it is. But I'm getting 2. Call him a 9. I don't care. 9 is Pro Bowl. 9 is All-Pro.
At the end of the
day.
day.
If he's going to be a 9 at 2 positions, and he said today, hey, I'm not playing if you don't let me play both, and you and I agreed off the air that he's full of crap there.
That's cap.
But I love that he said it because he's like, let me. What if the Angels had not let Shohei Ohtani pitch?
Perfect example.
You got to do that.
Perfect example.
Give him this opportunity. It doesn't mean he has to play every play on both sides.
No.
Fine.
Yeah.
But he should play.
He's not that. I don't think I'm not going to say he's not, but it's highly
He should be playing a huge percentage on offense, and whatever percentage you come up with on defense, a legitimate percentage, and let the guy cook because he is. And again, you guys know I hate the term unicorn because it gets used so much, but he's actually one guy that deserves the term.
I mean, it's the reason that people are so hesitant is because everybody in life, when you see something that's not normal and it's unknown,
that's right.
You fear it. You're like, I don't think he'll be able to do that until you see it happening. So you need to appreciate this greatness. I absolutely would let him play both sides of the ball.
That's right.
Because this would be the first time to say that we had the first two-way guy play in the Cleveland Browns uniform that was a Pro Bowler on both sides of the ball, maybe even All-Pro on both sides, which the All-Pro, them receivers is good. He got a lot of work to do. But if he gets to that status to say that was in the Cleveland Browns organization, like that be the first team to ever say that they could do that. Yeah. And he's paving the way that there's probably some other kid out there that's going to try to do the same thing. So to have the trendsetter of that, like I don't see why you would not allow that to happen.
Real quick, Mike, before you go. Lamar Jackson was drafted 32nd because teams were scared. Teams were scared because he was different, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I think it's good, and I haven't been the biggest Andrew Berry guy at times. And Stefanski pissed me off at the end of last year. But I think it's good that the Browns have young people at GM, relatively young people compared to most teams, at GM and coach. Because the old-timers, they're not feeling this. They're not playing them at both.
Draft a lineman every year, boy.
I just... It's crazy.
Did you see what I sent you about the guy talking about Mason Graham?
Oh,
let's not even think about that. Go ahead, Mike. What's up?
So we've had a bunch of discussions in the lead up to the draft on like elite skill sets, right? Yeah. And Jason was here on last week talking about how Shador's elite skill sets are more intangible than tangible. Right. Well, I was going over and Scouted NFL on Twitter does a great job of parsing out individual assets from certain players near the top of the draft. And I found something on Travis Hunter that I want to show you guys, not yet, Steve, and give you a little stat on. When you look at Travis Hunter, both offensively and defensively, his elite skill, he has multiple, but the one thing that he is unquestionably better than everybody else in this draft at is his ball skills. We've heard every draft analyst we've had on come on and talk about the way he attacks the football, the way he catches the football, the way he can make catches in contested situations. He had 153 catches in his Colorado career in 2 seasons. He had even more if you go back to Jackson State. In his entire career, he had 4 drops and a record-setting in the tracking era, according to Scouted NFL, 68.8% contested catch success rate. The league average in college football was 43.2. He was at 68.8% on contested catches. And they put together a little highlight reel of some of his best contested catches over the last 2 seasons. So, Steve, take it full and just look at some of these catches. This is stuff you can't teach.
Come on, man. Back shoulder and you was holding me.
Yeah.
Get your hands off me. I'm him. Stop.
No.
That was a game winner, by the way.
Oh, my God.
That
was crazy, that one.
Get on top. He on top right there, Tyvis. Get out of here.
My God.
He's
getting clotheslined.
That's the knock on Shador right there, that he got to do that.
That was crazy. And by the way, do you notice it? You know his body control so that he's not landing awkwardly on legs and limbs and ankles. He's still catching the football and not coming.
Yeah, that one I remember.
It's like his butt has a magnet to the grass.
I was watching that last one live, brother. The fact that he caught
sick.
that for the game, like that
was the game.
That game was crazy.
Guys, Travis Hunter is going to save everybody's job in Cleveland. He's going to save everybody's job because Joe Flacco is going to throw him the ball. And we haven't talked since Joe's re-signed. And I know you guys talked about him last week.
Go ahead,
talk about him later.
But Joe's going to be throwing that ball, and Travis Hunter is going to be stealing away potential interceptions. He is going to make all kinds of plays. I think he will have a monster rookie year, and I get it. There's a lot of Browns fans that are scared. We're a conservative, blue-collar city, and things like this make Browns fans nervous. They like defensive tackles. They like left guards. They like white running backs. Get it.
If you want to see defensive linemen and DNs, do their thing, then you need him.
That's right.
So that'll buy them more time to get there.
And with Joe Flacco in the fold and Pickett as a backup, whoever you draft, just let him sit. Let whatever quarterback you draft at the end of the first round.
Jalen Milroe, you gonna let him sit?
100%.
Catch a shirt.
If they trade for Shador back up in the first round, let him sit.
I don't know. The latest Field Yates Mel Kiper mock draft today, they had him trading up to Washington spot 28, taking Jackson Dart. Whoever it is, I'm letting him sit.
Jason said that his consensus, there's two things from going to the owners.
Yeah, but they like Milroe.
Is that he was saying that two things he's absolutely confident is going to happen. The Browns is taking Travis and Jackson Dart is going somewhere in the teens.
Okay. Well, doesn't mean he's right. But
my thing is, I'm going to chill. He's going to chill out for me.
Yeah.
If you look at Flacco, the ability, I love the way you said that because David Njoku was excited.
He had his best year.
Are we bringing back Amari? Did you talk about that?
Hey, listen,
bringing Amari back for 1 year?
I ain't got a problem with it. It's Project Stockpile. We don't have feelings.
Wait a minute. Who is up? So it'd be Tillman, Judy, and Travis? Is that the starting?
Yeah. Who's more likely to re-sign, Flacco or not Flacco, Cooper or Moore? Now that they have Flacco back,
why would I want Moore
at all?
I mean, you saw what Amari Cooper did with Josh Allen last season.
His locker, his number, and half of his 401k is going to Travis Hunter.
I don't have to pay Amari Cooper very much at this point.
What do you mean? All them touches he was getting? All of the gadget plays that he was supposed to get and we found out weren't viable with him? Or down Travis Hunter?
I want all kinds of crazy stuff, guys. I want to see a play. And I want the Browns to draft Jalen Milroe. I want them to take some speedy running back at 63 or 60, whatever it is.
What is that?
And I want to see that guy in the backfield with Travis Hunter, with Jalen Milroe. The only time we're going to use Jalen Milroe this year is we bring him in as a change of pace every once in a while.
That's it.
Right? We see three speedsters. The other team don't know what the hell's going on.
Man, I'm telling you, it's exciting. And Joe Flacco, please listen. He's going. Think about it. And Travis Hunter, when you watch Colorado, Travis Hunter wasn't having a wide varieties of the route tree that he was running. Yeah. They had very regular stuff, and he was just a better athlete. Can you imagine when they give you that play action? And Flacco's like, 1,000, 2,000. Oh, you thought this was run. The whole sideline said run, just like in high school. And you drop back, and he throw. Travis Hunter is going to be over the middle and moving around in the void of the zone.
Yeah.
And this is a beautiful thing.
Are the separation issues, Tyvis, for him in college because Shador underthrew a lot of balls? Could that have factored in?
That definitely could factor in.
So when
you look at some of those passes, let me see. Can I see that clip again when we roll that clip?
The contested catch one or the full receiver highlights?
The one where we were oohing on
just do the contested one.
Yeah.
All right, here's the contested catch.
Because in some of these, I felt like he had the separation.
Got to keep them separated.
Obviously not this one.
Yeah.
But even though that ball, to me, that ball should be thrown to the back pylon.
Right.
That's how they.
I mean, it's hard to get separation.
So right there, he got the separation, but see, he stops.
He had to slow down.
So
Yeah.
And all you need in the league is one step. If he's even, he's leaving. That's always been. But see that, boom, he's always got to stop. Now that might have been a better throw or a good throw because they might have been in cover too. But a lot of his stuff, it's like.
None of these plays were due to a lack of separation.
But what gets me, Bull, it's hard to judge it because you have to remember this conference is the Big 12.
All right, I hear you.
So like that, you got.
Tyvis, I'm gonna put some all 22 up. Give me what you think, or let us know what you think about.
But Tyvis, these guys,
like this is Cincinnati. That's Cincinnati.
I hear they're still Division I players.
I understand. I understand what you're saying, but
you're saying these guys.
Denzel Ward, is he gonna create separation against Denzel
Ward? How many guys are
Ward?
as good as Denzel Ward?
So Arizona,
not that many.
Arizona State was in the college football playoff.
Think about just this conference.
Okay.
Think about the AFC. All he had to go against.
So they played against Oregon last year before they moved to the Big Ten, right? They played against USC.
Who?
They got smoked by Oregon. That was like the 60 to 70
Colorado
game.
play Oregon?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Oh, see, I'm thinking we talking last year.
Now, they play some good competition. Arizona State is good. USC is good. Oregon is good. They got smoked in some of them games, but look.
The last game they played BYU.
I ain't worried.
This is against BYU right here.
I mean, look at that.
Oh, heck no. Heck no. Hey, you just going to run past them dudes like that? Man, I don't get it, man. Bull, you right. This thing gets on my nerves a little bit.
That's a dime right there.
I hate when people say, well, we're going to have to find a way to get him the football. Like, that's a bad thing.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
People say dumb stuff like, oh, but, you know, when you got a guy like that, you're going to have to find him the way, get him involved. That is if your coach can't get him involved, it's the coach's problem.
That's right.
And then they say,
I agree with that statement.
If he gets hurt, you're losing 2 positions. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? If you get a divorce, you lose your car and your house. Yeah. Of course you do.
Those are some stupid.
What are you talking about?
Those are some high-level stupid reasons not to draft a player. And you're right. People will say crap
concerned.
Like that.
They're scared because, like I said, it's unknown. They haven't seen it before, so they're scared about it. But
listen,
you got to embrace it.
Chicago Bulls were scared about Michael Jordan. Not saying he's him, but listen, Shohei Ohtani is the perfect example. He is almost considered by many baseball people. I asked Jason, I asked Bull, I asked Jay. Guess what? I said, what about Shohei, man? Is he one of the best ever? And they automatically, within 4 seconds, say yes. And you know why? Because someone had the heart and actually just the gumption to just actually let a person be who they are. We got to stop trying to fit things into different boxes. And,
that's right.
Because if you try to corral this talent, we're gonna miss out as fans, and you're gonna miss out. The sport will miss out. 100%. I hope that Travis Hunter comes here and they spam him. They give him the ball every play.
If the Ravens had just forced Lamar Jackson to be just a pocket passer, he wouldn't be the MVP that he is now, the multiple-time MVP. You got when somebody has a unique and special ability to do things that nobody else has done, it doesn't mean you should pigeonhole them to make them like everybody else. You got to let them expand their wings to be that special player. And in this case, it's a no-brainer. Let's go.